Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Because we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
In our
Bob.
humble opinion. Today, Brad, we're going to talk about how these simple stretches can stop your pain, maybe for neck, shoulder, back, leg, and foot. All these things, quite often when you're having pain, there's often tightness associated with it.
Sure.
And if you find the correct direction to stretch, a lot of times you can take away the pain.
Right. Regain the range of motion, pain comes down. The key is to find the right stretch. So that's where we're going to show you some options, and you work with it, and you'll know because things will start feeling better.
Yeah, we don't want things to be worse, obviously. So this is a little bit of right with some of these.
Right.
You're going to have to find out if they work for you or not.
Right.
Because a lot of them, we like for them to be virtually pain-free when you're doing the stretch.
Right.
We don't want to see that. You might have a little discomfort. We always say bump into the pain, don't
Right.
we? Like you can.
And when you're done, it should feel clearly better throughout the rest of the day and the following day as well, of course.
And by the way, you're going to feel a lot better if you subscribe to us. I see a couple people here. Look at that
was
segue.
a good segue,
Thank
Bob.
you.
Wow.
If you take the time, please find the subscription button here. Here we provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, if you have the chance, go over to Facebook if you're on the Facebook, and make sure you like us because Brad and I have a deep desire to be liked.
Yes. Like the like. We like.
We like you. Okay, let's start with the first one, Brad. Let's say you're having some neck pain. One of the common ones, especially sometimes neck pain and even headaches,
Sure.
can be caused by a lack of rotation. And this is a kind of a simple one. Maybe you have to have someone help look at you to determine this.
Right.
But if you look at me, Brad, and I turn to the right and I turn to the left, can you tell me if one of them is restricted? So I'm going to go to the right.
Right.
I'm going to go to the left.
Right. So clearly, from this point of view, maybe not from the camera, I can see to the right, he's going about to the shoulder, chin over the shoulder. The other way, he's going at least half that distance. So we need
tight this way.
Yep. And typically, that's in the upper neck, the muscles that restrict that motion.
Yes. C1, C2, a lot of motion comes from that level. You want to have really good posture when you're checking your rotation. And you can maybe see it in the mirror, maybe. Tough.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people know.
Right.
I mean, they go, I can tell that one's not as tight. But
It may be a little painful.
So what you're going to use, you can use a towel or you can use the stretch out strap. We're a big fan of this. We'll have it in our link below if you want to go ahead and take a look at it in our favorite product link.
I just rolled up a towel and taped it with the red tape here so it stays together and it's orderly.
People were saying too a dog leash works quite often. I don't know, do dog leashes have like multiple straps? I mean, what's cool about this is it has multiple, holes.
Handholds.
Handholds.
Because if you have like this, as you see when you do the stretch, you need to be able to hold and grip it. And if you have arthritic hands or a strength problem with your hands, these really help out. So that is a really nice object with.
So stick with us on this one because it's a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
So we're going to put this right below the ears, and they're going up to the eyes. Does that make sense? Up to the eyes. All right. So I'm going to work on going this way. So I'm going to switch my hands, Brad. I'm going to switch my hand. I'm going to put it here. If I want, I'll put it into one of the holes here.
Right.
And I'll put this one in one of the holes here.
I like to call it a loop.
Loop. Okay. That's probably a better way to say it. All right. Now I'm pulling down on this one.
All right. So this is, I refer to this one as the anchor hand.
Yep.
If I'm doing it with this,
real easy to anchor. I'm just kind of put my hand in through the loop, and now I can pull, and I give a little pressure while I'm working on the turn. Now this should be pain-free.
Right.
I do not want pain with this. If this hurts, you should not do it. You want to have very good posture while you're doing this.
We're not slouched.
Yeah. This works very well for this particular move. So now let's say we're going to go the opposite direction. So now you're going to go ahead again. You start off with the strap below the ears, going up to my eyes. The thumbs are right by the eyes. And again, I'm going to switch. I'm going to put this one down. Okay, I'm going to put this hand over here. I'm putting it through the loop on this one. You don't have a loop.
No, I'm loopless.
And I'm going on the loop on this one, and now I'm going to go to the right.
It's
Again.
important, as you can see, Bob is coming across his jaw.
Yeah, I'm going across the jaw. I'm
If
giving a
you-
little tension here too while I'm
Right.
doing it.
That's important for which muscles it stretch, and also if you go below the jaw, you don't get the stretch and you can choke yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to go like this.
Yeah,
You want to pull down and across.
right.
This is amazing how often, how well this works sometimes. All right, let's say you're just having general neck pain, then quite often we start working on extensions.
Sure.
And with that one, same thing. You're gonna go below. Well, on this one, you actually might go on different levels, right, Brad?
Sure.
You might try different levels of the neck. You might try it high up, you might try it lower, and you're gonna work on going back like this. My hands are moving. I'm watching, my thumbs. I'm keeping an eye on my thumbs as I go up, and the thumbs are moving with my eyes.
Now, sometimes I'll have people do it without going like this for a couple reasons. Some people may have shoulder problems and they may not have that available range.
Right.
And so just the supporting down here and then leaning back against the chair and doing that can be beneficial as well. Again, it should feel like a good support at the strap, whether it's this method or this method. It should feel comfortable. It should feel like you go back farther with less pain. And when you're done, it feels better.
Yep, we're always looking for that movement to be virtually pain-free. Now, the next one is, let's say you're having shoulder problems, maybe into the chest. You're going to want to stretch the chest. And quite often, if your chest is tight and it's pulling your shoulder forward and rounded like this, that's going to cause shoulder problems. So we want to stretch. This is a great posture one. And again, I like this one because we got the loops. Good that you told me that. I was saying holes. So we got the loops, and I can go like this. And actually, that's not far enough. I got to go out farther.
Yep.
And this is a really nice one to do, is just stretch back like this. Oh.
So I'm going to do it with the towel. Same thing. My towel's a little short, so I'm unable to do it very well with the towel. I have to get a longer towel. There we go.
You made it.
Yep. And you definitely can feel that. Be careful with your shoulder joints. If you have a shoulder problem and you're getting sharp pains in your shoulders, you won't be able to do it because
you don't want to do this one if you tend to dislocate your shoulder either.
Right.
This is the one thing that could cause it to dislocate.
Right. So should be pain-free, nothing more than a stretch.
You can also stretch the chest by going from behind. And again, I'm looped in. And I'm going to go back like this now and stretch.
There you go. And this works pretty good with the towel as long as you got good grip. We can go up like this. And it does make a difference whether your thumbs point out or point in. You can work with that and see which way feels better or stretches better.
All right, Brad, let's go to the next one. Let's some of the shoulder stretches. You want to grab the cane there?
Yep. You can use a cane. This is a piece of PVC pipe or
A broomstick.
Probably cut off the
A
broom
rule,
part.
a yardstick probably
Yep,
would work.
a good sturdy yardstick.
So you want to show flexion and abduction?
Sure. So flexion, again, you're probably going to spread your arms out wide, about 2 width of your shoulders.
Or you can also go like this, Brad.
Oh, do them one at a time?
One
Sure.
at a time. Yep.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let's
he's
do it
working
this way.
on, he's working on trying to increase the flexion there
Right.
because it's tight.
So this arm's going for the ride. The bottom one is doing the work.
Thumbs up. Thumb up, Brad.
Thumb
Way to
up,
go.
thumb up. You bet. Thumb up
Okay,
all
then you're
the
going to go
time.
into abduction, which is going out to the side.
Yep.
Same thing.
Thumb up. So this hand is pushing. This one's relaxed, elbow straight. And let it stretch, stretch, stretch. Make sure you breathe and relax. You got to be careful in case the stick were to come off. Always think
Yeah.
about safety.
And then extension, Brad. Why don't you show extension?
Okay, and then going back this way, this hand is doing the work. This one's getting the stretch. Back like this. So if you look at it from here, we're going back this way, kind of not out this way. Like
Now I'm
that.
going to show internal rotation, Brad. So a lot of times people with the shoulder, they may be lacking this motion. They can only go up so high. They
Right.
maybe will go up this high on this one, but this one only goes this far. Stretch, the strap works really well for this.
Sure.
So I loop it.
This is where the loop really comes in handy because you want this arm to be as relaxed as possible so that you can get a nice stretch. And then the loop allows the hand to relax. If you're gripping with your fist, that inherently tightens up the shoulder as well. And Bob's got good control.
And now you've done this with your belt too, Brad.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
taken your belt off, made a loop with the belt,
Right.
and pulled it up like this too.
Right. Yep. So you can use a belt at home as well.
All right, let's go to one lane down now, Brad. If you're if you're having trouble with your hips, let's say you have some arthritis, you want to make sure you're getting full flexion on those. So you want to go ahead and stretch it this way into flexion. Now some people have trouble with this.
Right.
So that you can go ahead and use the strap on this too. You can go to the strap underneath.
Sometimes, Bob's a tall, how should I say it, 6'6",
A tall German.
He can grab around his legs easily, but some people, their body proportions
Yeah.
are differently, so their arms are shorter and they got long torsos, and it's hard to grab around the knee. So this really is helpful. And with the stretch out strap, if that person does have arthritic hands, because oftentimes it's elderly people with these issues, it's just a wonderful
Yeah, so now
tool.
another one would be if you have spinal stenosis or spondylolisthesis.
Yes. Oh, you're getting there, Bob.
I'm getting the saying, the way the pronunciation, right, Brad?
I guess.
So,
I probably got it wrong myself.
so this is going to be a knees to chest, double knees to chest now.
Oh, yep.
So again, this works out really well because this is a tough one for a lot of people. Now you can go like this.
Sure.
And maybe you start like this, get it up here, and then grab on, and then pressure on, pressure off.
And again, the loops hold this where it
Pressure
needs
on,
to stay.
pressure off. And yeah, if you can do it this way, pressure on, pressure off. Again, spinal stenosis, spondylolisthesis, this is one that you want to do for that particular problem.
Yeah, I just had some of the hip injury that we had to stretch just like this, and it worked out very well.
Well, let me go right to the other back one, Brad. For common back problems,
Sure.
let's say the typical run-of-the-mill, everyday back problem, this is the stretch you're going to want to do.
Just this morning, my wife was doing this. I was helping her out and getting her back in
I
shape.
do this every day preventatively.
Sure.
Hands beneath the shoulders, and you're going to stretch up like this, and you're keeping the pelvis down. You're not lifting the pelvis up like this,
Right.
and you're bending it up like this.
So right here, this is the range of motion that we oftentimes lose as we age. Now, there's two instances for sure you do not want to do this. If you have spinal stenosis or if you have spondylolisthesis, then you're not going to want to do
The
this.
one we just showed you want to do the other way then.
That's probably about 20% of the people, roughly,
Right.
is a close guess.
If you have a disc problem, you can try these.
Right.
And a lot of times, in order to get a little overpressure on it, you can use the stretch out strap
Yep.
again. So you can go ahead and bring it around and put your hands on it or your hands through the loops.
Yep.
And now I can get a little overpressure.
Right.
And I can move it down further
There we go.
and go like this and get some and work on different levels here.
Right. And it should feel good. It should feel like a good stretch. You can use a towel with this. It's a little harder, but you can put a towel around and just see if you can grab onto the towel.
You want to show a hip flexor stretch, Brad?
Sure.
Or do you want to use the strap and do it?
Hip
Or-
flexor?
Yeah. Putting it around and stretching this way, or
quad?
you can also,
Yeah.
or quad, yeah.
Yeah, for this is where, you pretty much have to have a stretch out strap for doing this. But what we're talking about, if you're laying prone, and
It is more quad, isn't it? This is, you're getting maybe a little bit of hip flexor,
Right.
but this is more quad.
but it really works at rectus femoris if you want to get into the anatomy part of it. But I'm relaxed, completely relaxed, and I can work this.
And you could do it on your side too, couldn't you, Brad? I mean, you could lay on this side while you're doing it. I mean, if you,
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if that was a little more comfortable for some people or not, if they can't lay on their stomach.
Sure, yep.
So,
And I can put my knee back this way, which works pretty good, and get that stretch, and you got complete control with this arm.
let's show just one more, Brad. We're running over time here. Can you
Oh.
show the hamstring stretch while you're in that position?
Oh,
Just lay down
yes.
and
Absolutely, Bob. I like to use the middle strap for this. There. Because then you
middle
can put
loop.
middle loop. Yeah, man, Bob, you're catching me. It's a
Okay.
long video. I'm getting tired here. So that here, I can just kind of work it here and stretch. Oh yeah.
And with this, he can even do contract, relax. So
Yep.
he brings it up here, he pushes down while he's giving resistance, and then he relaxes and it pulls further. So,
Yeah, up like that. For hamstring, you got to have a straight knee to really isolate that hamstring muscle group.
get her straight, get her
Oh,
straight.
that hurts, Bob. That's a hamstring stretch and a half.
All right, Brad, I think we've run far enough here, so
People are getting sick of us.
thanks for watching.